Hello, everybody. I have another episode of What's the Biz with you. And today I have my friend Alyssa Churchill with us. And I'm very excited about this one again as well because she's kind of somewhat new with the Inner Circle Mastermind and with the redesigned Empire. And I haven't really gotten a chance to really work with her or meet her that much. So I'm kind of excited about this as well. So, welcome, everybody, Alyssa Churchill. And so, Alyssa, how long have you been with the redesigned Empire?
Oh gosh, like a month, few months.
Yeah,
Been
yeah,
very, very new. Yeah.
yeah. So that's very, very exciting. And so, for those that really don't know you, and me included, because you're kind of new for me as well, what is it that you do? What, like when you're meeting somebody or however else, how do you explain or introduce yourself when they ask what you do?
Yeah. So usually I just say, oh, I'm a bookkeeper, but being in the redesigned empire, it's made me reframe my whole everything. We are a bookkeeping firm, NG Finances. I own that. But we are strategic partners. We are actually here to help your business grow. It's not just data entry, it's not just bookkeeping, it's thinking about your whole business. So that's kind of why we're here.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's awesome. So, where did you grow up? What part of that shaped who you are today?
Oh, it's a really good question. I don't know where I grew up. I was born in Ontario. I moved around a lot as a kid. Like every 2 years, I was at a new house, a new school. I think, to be honest, when we moved out here to Alberta when I was 12, we still moved around a lot. But I don't know, it shaped me because I became really outgoing. I had to talk to people to make new friends every few years. So it really made me be super honest. I tell everybody everything, maybe overshare. I became very outgoing. So,
Awesome. Oh, so you're in Canada, so that's good to know. So
yes.
with people that are interested in working with you, they don't have to be just in Canada, right? I mean, you can work with people all over,
We
correct?
can work everywhere. The United States has a lot of different tax regulations though that
Yeah.
I might leave that to my pals over there.
Yeah. Wow. So
Yeah.
what's a defining moment in your life that changed your direction?
Hmm. Well, I actually went to school for environmental science, and I thought I would be working with fish and trees and outdoors every day. My husband and I were going to move to Ontario. We didn't. So I had to kind of pivot because where I'm located, there is really no water. So the defining moment was that we didn't move, and I started working at an auto shop. Um, and when the month end statements came in, I was so excited. I loved it. So that's when I knew I needed to get more into the office and into the bookkeeping.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, being like somebody that's really into the environment and everything else, that's just always so cool. So it's nice to hear that. I like that. So yeah, that's awesome. So what personal experience pushed you towards the work that you're doing now?
Yeah. So again, I really liked the office work. I loved the bookkeeping. I saw how much value there was in it. And when you see bad bookkeeping, you know that, there needs to be good bookkeeping. So the thought of me actually opening my own business though was, being an employee, I didn't really feel valued. I didn't feel appreciated. So for me, I really wanted to make a business that supported a good place culture for my employees. So that was my
Yeah.
whole motivation was to create something for people to come work with me and not feel what I felt as an employee. So
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. So what kind of problems do you solve for people that they don't even realize they have?
yeah, that's a good, that's a good question. Um, to be honest, this is like one of my favorite things to do is to go through their financials and revamp all of their revenue streams and everything like that. I think people have just a sales account, and there's nothing wrong with that until you're having no idea what actually makes you the most money. And let's just say you're, marketing super heavily on this revenue stream, but it's actually bringing you in nothing. So why are you marketing for that? So we like to like really break that down and they don't even know it's a problem until we're like, hey, you're actually making nothing here. You didn't know it. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So what makes your business maybe a little bit different from other people that are within your space?
Yeah. Different in that I think we are not just focusing on the bookkeeping part. That's a portion, that's a huge portion, obviously, of what we do. But we take that bookkeeping that we do and turn it into strategy. We want to help you grow and scale. It is not just for tax time. And I think a lot of bookkeeping, especially when you might be having a bookkeeper at a accounting firm, really it's just to get it done for the taxes to be filed. We really work closely with our clients to have them grow and scale.
Yeah. And this is something, I mean, you'd be working with people all year round, right? Not just during this tax season or, that kind of
Yes.
thing. I mean, you've got things that you can work with people all year round, correct?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we are always in contact with our clients. We're always, hey, did you notice this? Hey, pointing things out before it becomes a bigger problem, or waiting a year for tax time and then being like, crap, I didn't know. So when you know sooner, you can pivot sooner.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know. I mean, it seems like a lot of the people that I've worked with and that I, am in contact with, and being entrepreneurs and things like that. Everybody seems to, or at least most people seem to wait until like the last minute, and then it's like a crazy scramble to try to get everything together. And so there's obviously a lot more. It's better to actually work with somebody year round and just continue to you know, have everything all together so that when tax time does roll around or whatever else, then they can go ahead and submit everything right away rather than even having to wait, especially if they're going to have a refund or, and have the money come
100%.
back to them. Yeah.
Well, and when it's not done monthly, I mean, you have no idea what you're going to be paying in taxes at your end either. So it is super, super valuable to do it monthly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And then so when people do owe, I mean, is it typically a thing where they have to pay all of it all at one time, like right away? Or is it something that they can kind of break down over time? Or I don't know. I've never really had
Yeah.
somebody to ask that
Um,
question to.
yeah. So, I mean, for us up here, sometimes our CRA is, you can sometimes make like a, hey, 90-day plan. But typically, if you don't pay it, then yes, you start to accrue interest and all the extras that the government wants their money. So, yeah, you kind of do just have to pay it or not and just have interest. It's totally up to you.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's again why it's better to really, like you said, be more prepared, be upfront, and be ready to know exactly what's going on within
Yes.
your business and what's owed or however else, because yeah, you don't want to pay as many penalties. I mean, again, it just cuts right into
No,
that revenue, and that's not good.
no. Well, and one thing I'll say is that I always say if you wait till year end, you've wasted a whole year of information because something could have happened in February or March, and now you're not knowing about it until December. So it's like you wasted that whole year of data that you could have done something with it, but you didn't because
Yes.
you're just doing it for tax time. So,
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. Yeah, you'd be able to
yeah,
flag, something and say, hey, you might want to, change your trajectory on this, or,
yeah,
put a little bit more aside right now for this because of all the different things. And then of course laws seem to change here a lot, pretty
here too.
frequently. I'm not sure about Canada, but my goodness, I can only imagine when something changes also. It's just such a it's a big deal.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's
yeah.
it's a lot.
So what's a transformation or result that you're proud of that you've helped somebody achieve?
Oh yeah. Actually just this year even, I've been working with a client for this will be year three. She went from a sole proprietor, which is, just you, just I know 'cause you guys are not from Canada, we have different terms here, but and then she just incorporated this year. So she grew so much that she actually got to incorporate, and it's just so exciting for me to be a part of that journey with my client. It's we celebrate with them because it's such a huge thing when you get to incorporate. So, yeah, that just happened this year and super, super happy for her.
Oh, that's really, really cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
being able to help. people find, tax breaks or different things to be able to also, increase their, their refund or something like that, I'm sure is just something very, very exciting, especially when you get to share that with somebody. And
Yeah.
that's
Well,
really
and it
awesome.
was funny because for the last 2 years, I would say to her, hey, I think you should consider incorporating, like talk to your accountant because that's not my expertise, but I can flag it for her to say, hey, you're going to be paying a significant amount on your profit. So I'm just, pre-warning you, maybe you should discuss it with your accountant. So then it was year two, and I'm like, hey, again. So finally, she did do it, but it is flagging it for her so that she knew, hey, you're probably going to be paying a significant amount, just to pre-warn you, um, you don't want that just dropped on your head at
Yeah.
tax time. So
And
yeah.
what's a good tip or something that you can share with people to really get their taxes and everything like more in line? Or I've heard a horror story with my cousin actually does my taxes for me. And
Yeah.
yeah, she's told me horror stories that people just bring her like little shopping bags full of receipts and everything else, and then
Yes.
like for her to have to go through. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can only imagine what kind of a nightmare that would be. And she's so
Yeah.
appreciative of me because I put everything in envelopes and highlight everything and everything. And she's like, yours is so easy to go through. And I can only imagine what it's like.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. We've seen that. We've seen boxes full, and it's like it's awful. It's so awful. And of course, when they bring it to you, it's like, oh, we're in a rush. We need it in 2 weeks, and it's like, well, that's not going to happen. Like that's not realistic. So,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I am like start with the software because for me, you need to act like your business of how you want it to be in the future. So if you want to be a multi-million or you want to be six figure or whatever it is, start with it now because it's so much easier to grow when your systems are in place. So for me, I'm like, start with the QuickBooks Online. Yes, it might be 20 bucks or 30 bucks a month, but do it now. Now everything's set. It's so much easier to have year over year data to compare to too when you're using the software. So I just say start with software, start digitizing everything, just utilize the tech. Just utilize it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
that's a very good tip too. And again, you hear it all the time. Fake it till you make it. If you want to be that, multimillionaire or something like that,
Yep.
you gotta play that role now and not
Yes.
wait until, all of a sudden things start happening because yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good tip. So what's
Well, when
one
you're
mis
professional right from the, sorry, when you're professional right from the beginning, sending professional invoices versus, oh, a PDF that you've just created, it's like you already have the persona that, yeah, I'm legit.
Yeah,
So yeah, start off exactly like that. Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, 'cause I was going to ask the next question, like, what's one mistake you see people make before they start working with you? And that's probably one of the biggest ones right there is just not having everything prepared well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And yeah, exactly that. DIY is great until it's really not great. Spreadsheets, then we've got to take that and now you're trying to decipher it to put it into a software because we do want that past data. But I think it is like not starting off with software. Just 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 start right. That's all I'm
Yeah,
going to say. Start right. Also set up this is a big one for us up in Canada, set up your CRA account, your online CRA account. A lot of people up here don't do that until we're like, hey, we need access. And then they have no idea how to get the access. Now they're scrambling and it just becomes this like monstrous thing. So it's just setting up everything right, right from the beginning.
yeah. And that makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. It's so funny again. I think so many people are just automatically just thinking that, oh, tax time, April 15th, I got to have everything done by then. And it's not,
Yeah.
they just don't think the fact that they can actually continue to work with an accountant throughout the year and,
Yes.
submit things month by month or whatever and not have it to be this crazy scramble, in April. Like you're saying, like, I got to get this done in 2 weeks and it's not going to happen. And so what would happen then when
Yes.
somebody does something like that? Then they have to file for like an extension, I would imagine, if they come to you and you don't have enough time to get it all ready or
Yep. It just gets filed late. Like, I mean, we
yeah.
do try. We really do try to get everything done, but there is like luckily this year I haven't had any of that. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness, because it is stressful. It's almost like their problem becomes our problem. And that's, it's a lot. But in all reality, yeah, they would just file late and then they would just get a late filing penalty and you move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, crazy, crazy stuff, man. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Yeah. Think of the person that's helping you run your business and making sure that, you're not scrambling at the last minute. It's always better to be
Yeah.
prepared, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was one
Exactly.
of the hardest lessons that you've had to learn with kind of starting this business?
Oh man. I think that it honestly is like it's a lonely journey. When you're starting a business, it's like you feel like you're just alone in it when you're just like, oh, fake it till you make it, right? And I think I had a lot of imposter syndrome. I had a lot of like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. This is crazy. A lot of doubt. But I think finding your support systems is such a huge thing. Groups like this that can help you grow and feel like, oh no, I do belong here. I do have this. I think that was the big thing. And asking for help. That is also a huge, huge thing. Um, no question is a bad question. No question stupid. So just ask the questions, get the help. You can
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's one of the most wonderful things I think about the ecosystem that we're building within the redesigned empire is there are so many different people building so many different kinds of businesses, and that if you end up coming up with a question and don't know how to proceed and you ask it, 90% of the time there's going to be somebody or other people chiming in to say, "Oh, I did this, I did that." We've all been there at some point in some area or some aspect of, building our businesses or however else, and that there's always somebody there that can kind of help give direction and kind of help, push you along. It's awesome.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. 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 So, was there ever a time that something almost stopped you from continuing, and what kind of pushed you along?
Yeah, I've had a few times where I'm like, wow, this is just not working. I think when one client just like says something, I just take it so personally. Like I'm like, oh, I am the worst. Oh my gosh. Even when it wasn't our error, nothing was wrong. Just that to me, it was like, yeah, this sucks. Why am I doing this? This is bad. But I have a good support system now. I've got colleagues, I've got friends, I have other bookkeepers that I even like can be like, oh my gosh, well, talk me off this ledge. It really helped me push through. And then obviously when I joined this, I was like, okay, yes, I'm getting to where I want to be. So yeah, that there's been a lot of times.
And it happens to all of us, believe me, working with so many different entrepreneurs and, helping people continue to move beyond. And like you had mentioned before, imposter syndrome is real. And, it's something that can just completely pull the rug out from under you and
Yeah.
get you to stop, feeling like you're making progress or whatever. And it's just, you just have to have that perseverance to, pull yourself up by the
Yep.
bootstraps and just keep moving one step forward every
Yep.
single day, and just
Exactly.
believing in yourself and knowing that
Yeah.
you can do it. And so,
And that
yeah.
you belong here. You do belong here. You
Yes.
belong and you deserve to have the business and you can do it. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, it's really crazy, because I mean, I go through it too. And, again, there's, three of us that are pod leaders that kind of help people that have been, the route of being abused and, from their past or however else, and, having to deal with that. But yeah, it definitely is something like, especially on my end, because I don't have that kind of training that some others do. I'm doing mine more organically and what it is that helped me kind of move forward. And so it does. It happens at times too, where I pick myself up and I'm like, am I really making a difference? Is this something that, really I can really do? And I'm just so blessed to be with the Redesigned Empire because it continues to push me forward and gets me out of my little rut sometimes that I may be in. And
Yeah.
really realizing, and especially with like comments and things like that, that I hear from people too, that, realize that I am doing the right work. And, even
Yeah.
though, again, there are different people building the same kind of businesses, they'll hear it differently from one person than they will from another. And
Yes.
so it doesn't matter. There can be 100 different accountants that they're looking at or whatever else, but there's something about you that they'll
Yeah.
really resonate with and want to work with you. And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's it's a relationship. I always say that. Like, it's not
Yeah.
so much the business or like what they're doing. It's like if we don't jive, this won't work. It has to be a good collaborative culture for it to work for everybody in business, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So where do you see your business heading in the next few years?
Ooh. Well, this year I'm wanting to double and I'm wanting to really break into my niche and have that, that confidence of, yeah, heck yeah, I'm here. We're gonna do it. So focusing more on the strategy portion versus just the bookkeeping, like really pushing that there's more to it than the data entry of what people think bookkeeping is. Um, and I already have like clients across Canada, but I want to just keep going, keep just expanding into more of our provinces and more. Yeah, just keep scaling. That's my trajectory.
Yes, 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 yes. I think a part of it too is that people they think everything's going to happen like overnight, immediately, immediate success, and that's not the case all the time. And it takes a while to build your foundation and to really persevere. But when you give up too soon, that's the biggest downfall, I think, of most businesses and people that are entrepreneurs, they run into it so gung ho and they're just ready to, make 1 million this year. And it takes a while to really get your footing and to learn from mistakes that happen because again it happens to all of us.
Yeah,
We hit something and go, oh, I should have said something different, I should have did that differently or whatever it is, and
yeah.
I burned that bridge or whatever. And it's not that, it's just it's a learning curve, and that's the biggest thing, is just never giving up.
Yeah,
So
and I think mistakes are actually really, really good in business. I know when we've done something, I'm like, awesome. Now we know how to pivot and prevent that next time. So it's actually like sometimes when something does happen, I'm like, oh, amazing. Now we know what to do. As long as it's not a big one. Obviously, if it's a big one, I'd be like, but like it is so good because then you know how to pivot, you know how to prevent it. And you are right. Success does not happen overnight. It does take a
yeah.
long time. And it's like a roller coaster. I feel like it's like, yeah, I've got this. I'm amazing. That's like, actually, no, I'm not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Oh
yeah.
man. That's awesome. I love your energy, and I can't imagine anybody that wouldn't want to work with you. So, for
Thank
those
you.
of you that are looking for a bookkeeper or an accountant or however else, what's the best way to reach you? Whatever info you send me or whatever else, I'll put it in the description or however below. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. They can reach out. My website has the contact info, www.ngfinances.com. Email. Email is always great because obviously I'm always on my computer. So it's
awesome.
very, very easy to email hello@ngfinances.com.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Okay, so I will get all of that from you and I will put it in the description. And
beautiful.
I just want to say thank you so much for carving out some time to chat with me today. It has been an absolute pleasure to chat with you, get to meet you a little bit better, work with you a little bit here, which has just been wonderful. And so thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity. This has been fun. So thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes, you did great. Awesome. All right, everybody. So
Yeah.
again, if you're also interested in doing a what's the biz like interview or however else, I am still going through people that are with the redesigned empire first, and then I will be opening it up. So please also reach out to me and we can schedule a time. All right, everybody, until the next episode, I will see you all later. Thank you.
Thank you.